FusionX.io. We don't make Oracle Cloud. We make exploring, using, deploying, and supporting Oracle Cloud easier, cheaper, and faster.
Hi everybody, my name is Scott Walls. For over 25 years, I've deployed ERP applications for some of the world's largest organizations. During that time, I've taught thousands of people just like you how to discover, use, deploy, and support Oracle's back office software. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you what a purchase requisition, also known as a PR or REC, are. Please note that this lesson is part of the Purchase Requisition course found within the Procurement functional area under the Discover menu. But before we get started, did you know that you could earn free discovery badges for display on your LinkedIn profile just by watching videos like this one? You can. Stay until the end of this video and I'll show you how. Okay, so let's get started. Key topics for this lesson are as follows. What is a purchase requisition? Purchase requisition types and subtypes. When are requisitions created? How are requisitions created? Where are requisitions created? Who or what creates requisitions? And then finally, why are requisitions created? First topic, what is a purchase requisition? Purchase requisition is a request sent internally within a company to obtain purchased goods and services. The request tells the purchasing department what items are being requested, so quantity, supplier, cost. It can also give categorization, etc. Is used to gain approval and can be used to enforce and or decrement budgets. Topic 2, requisition types and subtypes. So I've broadly broken requests or requisitions into two categories, catalog requests or non-catalog requests. And that's largely because the industry calls them that. Truly, catalog is a bit of a blanket term for what we'll call pre-negotiated content. What do you mean? Well, informational catalog is a pointer to another website or URL. So it's not really an item, but it will point you somewhere that either policy or like a portal or reservation portal where pre-negotiated content lives. Local catalogs represent that, internally created and managed. Punch-out catalogs represent pre-negotiated content, externally created and managed. Then there's something called a smart form. The smart form usually links to some structured procurement and oftentimes related to some kind of purchase agreement or contract. And then there's other inventory, etc., that can create also catalog requests. Then you also have non-catalog requests. So this is the non-negotiated content. So we've looked in all the different constructs for pre-negotiated content. We haven't found anything. Now we're going to order off script, if you will, in a non-catalog request. And you'll see that more here in a bit. Speaking of that, here we are now. Topic number 3. When are requisitions created? So the two red circles show where requisitioning activities occur. Those tasks are initiators of self-service and full-service requesting, depending on whether or not goods or services have been previously negotiated or not. So there's that previously negotiated content. So far left top, under purchasing services, requesters are looking in a couple different ways for pre-negotiated content, often called catalog items. On the right-hand side of the image in the middle, when we can't find pre-negotiated content, then we use a non-catalog request. Fourth topic, how are requisitions created? Requisitions are created by searching, like we've talked about. You might search in the search box for text. You might use shop by category, a shopping list, look at the recent purchases, smart forms, informational items, etc. When you find that construct, you're going to add it to your cart. Review the cart, manage or submit for approval. Then somebody will review and approve or deny that request, moving it forward. Fifth topic, where are requisitions created? Well, requesters search catalogs, add items to their requisition cart. They then submit those requisitions for approval like we just talked about in the last slide. But it's also worth noting that other Fusion applications, so for example, supply chain or supply orchestration may also create requisitions. You may also have external applications that create requisitions as well, but they all usually will get submitted. They then are consolidated, or in theory consolidated into one or more orders. Those orders are out to suppliers and items are received at desk or dock, and then this whole service idea of whether you have a service receipt or a two-way match with a routing for approval. So here on the bottom, it just talks about multiple requesters, order consolidation, receive at desk or dock, and then makes a note that downstream invoice and payment approval. So typically you get an invoice, and by the nature of linking and matching to a PO, it gains its approval. Sixth topic, who or what creates requisition? So largely we've talked about there's initiators, they submit for approval, go to orders, and then items get received. Well, who? So usually you can have this concept of a casual requester, a preparer, so somebody who prepares a request OBO on behalf of someone else, which really is from a security standpoint the same as what they call an advanced requester, but note, advanced requesters see more options within Fusion. Then you also may have inventory applications or external apps like we talked about on the last slide. Seventh topic, why are requisitions created? Well, first and foremost, they define the purchasing requirements. So you see here specifications, quantity, cost, but there's also internal values like a delivery location or any number of values like a category that may drive accounting. Requisitions also allow the front end or the requester to suggest a supplier, whether chosen or not. Really, that supplier in theory is ultimately the requester says what they want. Procurement or the buyers say who, but oftentimes they will suggest and use that supplier. Then with the request, you can obtain approval. And then like we talked about much earlier, you can manage, decrement, or enforce budgets. Okay, let's recap. You should understand the following about purchase requisitions: the what, when, how, where, who, and why of purchase requisitions. And you should also have a good idea of types and subtypes. Still not sure? Watch it again, it's free. But if you understand the material, it's time to move on to the next lesson in this course. So that's the end of this presentation, but it doesn't have to be the end of your learning journey. There are thousands of free videos just like this one. Remember, better content, better skills, better income, better life. We want to help you get 1% better every day. Thank you for watching and have a great day.
Okay, as promised, here are the 5 steps required to earn free badges for your LinkedIn profile in just hours. Step 1, go to www.fusionx.io. Step 2, select one of the free courses under the Discover Oracle Cloud Applications menu. Step 3, watch all the lessons or videos within that course. Step 4, only when you've completed all the lessons, email a badge request to badges@fusionx.io. Make sure to include the username, the course you took, and your LinkedIn profile ID. And then step 5, sit back and relax while we add a badge to your LinkedIn profile. That's it, voila! Now you can watch those free badges drive colleague, recruiter, and employer traffic to your LinkedIn profile.